Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by...
This is John from These Wicked Rivers.
And this is Aaron from These Wicked Rivers.
It's great to be chatting to you this evening. Force of Nature gets released onto the world in a few days. How anxious and excited are you waiting for this, your second album?
Absolutely can't wait. Can't wait to see how the fans receive it. We've had some really good reviews for it so far, so hopes are high. But yeah, absolutely can't wait.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think we've been building up to it for so long. A lot of the tunes on the album we've been playing live and kind of teasing fans with, so we can't wait to just kind of get it out into the open now.
Excellent. So what can fans expect then from the album? I mean, I've had it a few days. It's fantastic.
I think they can expect to sort of go on a bit of a journey when they're listening to it. We've got sort of the up-tempo rockers on there. We've got some slower, more reflective songs. I think with any album with both the albums that we've done, we really just want to take the listener on a bit of a journey.
Yeah, it was an interesting one because with Eden we didn't release it on vinyl because we never really planned for that, because obviously with vinyl you have to have a certain amount of length on each side unless you're going to do more than one disc. Sorry, so we kind of actually wrote it for vinyl, which made us think differently about, you know, the track list, and you start to think more about how you want side one to finish, how you want side B to start, you know, and that was an interesting thing. And when you look at classic albums as well, they're normally sort of 9 or 10 tracks to reflect that as well. And I think that makes you more pickier with the tracks that you have on there and ultimately how you want to tell the story.
Brilliant. I've got a black cat as well, and she usually makes an appearance, but she's just gone out for once.
I did see your dog go at one point, man.
Hang on.
This is your fault, this is. We were going fine until you started this.
Sorry, man. This is not an stuff. She loves to make an appearance. I don't know why she went out the door then, but she's a black cat as well.
Oh, mine's called Luna. She's a menace to society.
Yeah, so is Tabitha. Absolutely. Absolute nightmare. Right, turn your ass around. She likes to show her ass to the camera, which is not good, yeah. Anyway.
I had an ex-girlfriend that did that.
I was talking about my ex, was a bit like that. Anyway, next one. All of the tracks will be your favourite, of course. I love Lord Knows. I love that groove. Are you really sure you guys are from the UK? Because you just sound like you're from the Bayou, you know what I mean?
I'm fairly sure we're from the UK. Yeah, I've lived sort of in and around Derby for my whole life.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of people that have the same sort of confusion. I think we played Norwich and somebody heard us on Planet Rock and then came to the show and then spoke to us afterwards. And like, for example, John's proper Derbyshire. And like our drummer Dan's like from Wolverhampton. So when they came up to us, I don't think they were expecting to get that like so violently sort of British response back. So I think it was a bit of a shock to them because naturally because of what we wear as well as the music, it kind of all evokes that sort of southern vibe, which we all love anyway.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. And I see you have a release show booked at Nottingham, and then you're going on like a signing tour, aren't you? But not up to my area, Durham, Newcastle. So do you plan to sort of amend that and get up around this area, up to Scotland and that?
I mean, we're up to Scotland for the tour in May, cool. Playing in Edinburgh. But it was a case of sort of just trying to fit in the signings where we can. After the tour at the end of last year, we've not got that much annual leave left, so it was a case of fitting around that a little bit as well.
You mean you don't do this for your job? You mean you have to have a day job as well? The world.
I think.
I know.
Oh yeah.
All right. As you were saying about it being released on vinyl, that's going to be epic, and I mean, it's going to be amazing. Are you going to have it framed on your wall? Is it a green vinyl? Am I right, or am I thinking of a different band?
There's a black vinyl and there's a green sort of marble effect vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to have one framed in the lockup.
Right, cool.
I'm definitely going to have one for the boat, I think. And then if we ever I can't tease too much, but if we ever re-release Eden on vinyl, I'd like to get that as well. You know, it's a very emotional thing, I think, for us all, because you know, you grow up with vinyl being such a thing you cherish, and every album reflects you as a rock fan. So to be able to have our own, I remember the first time when we had the test pressings, it was quite emotional. You know, sitting with my dad and listening to it, and just feel it has a different feel to it. But then again, I think John, I think when we did our first EP back in 2015, I remember a similar sort of excitement when we had our first CD. I think it's, you know, it's just, we've had so many by this point, it's vinyl's kind of took its place, but it was a similar sort of, it's a very childlike emotion, you know, you feel very proud.
Absolutely. I'm loving your cat in the background as well. It's cool. Right.
She's going to do something.
My one usually, she usually launches herself up my back, and I'm like, you know,
little monster. She'd been bothering me all day because I work from home, and she likes to basically sit on the laptop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They love to do that, don't they? Right. Right. So where were we? Okay. So you guys are definitely a band that belong on the road. What would you say is the hardest thing about being on the road then, and who has the most annoying habit?
Whoa. I don't think any of us have got particularly annoying habits, to be honest. Rich can be a bit grumpy if he's not had enough sleep, but
Rich always gets ill. And when Rich gets ill, he gets ill. Like he's the oldest member of the band, even though if you met him, you'd think he was about 18. And yeah, when he does have a tendency to get very grumpy when he gets ill, and he will almost definitely get ill.
I think the hardest thing is just sort of not getting to sleep in your own bed for long periods of time. I know whenever we finish a tour, I just can't wait to get back in my own bed.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love every aspect of it.
Even though we all get on really well, which we're really thankful for, you know, we do have a really good time. I think just you don't get any time to yourself, really. I mean, one of the things I try and do, particularly on the longer tours, is get up early and walk around, you know, and do the chazza shops and stuff. But when you're stopping on the side of an A road between shows, you can't really get up early and have like a little walk alongside wherever you are. So I think that's probably the hardest bit. It's just the amount of time you spend with each other. But as I say, thankfully we all get on really well, so that does help.
Cool. I sort of touched on this earlier before the interview started. You played at Anarchy Brewery, which is one of my favourite venues as well, and one of my favourite beers from there for other reasons, which we won't go into. But have you ever thought about having your own beer and getting Anarchy Brewery to even brew it for you?
I mean, I think we've thought about it, but I don't think any of us are really beer drinkers particularly. Really? Like, I'm a gin drinker. Aaron and Rich like their red wine.
Right.
Dan likes his fruity ciders.
I did enjoy the ales at Anarchy, though. I must say, I did enjoy that. Like, I like an IPA, and I quite like a fruity IPA as well. You know, and I think, like you say, a lot of fans of the band are probably beer drinkers as well. But we're kind of working our way through the different types of alcohol. You know, we don't want to kind of go in too hard too soon. We've obviously just released the Lonely Road gin with our friends at Mercia, so maybe we'll see where it leads us.
Okay, that's cool. And going back to being on tour, so how important is it to you guys, in from the get-go, when you first started, to give 100% for your fans, even if it's just like two people stood watching you for 1,000?
I mean, for us, that is everything. That's why we do it, so that we can get up there and give everything, bare our souls to people. No matter how many people are there, it just, we have to do it. It's part of us.
Cool.
No, it's always been ingrained in us, hasn't it, John? You know, it's an interesting question, man, because it makes you think back to them earlier gigs. You know, and I think from the start, we've always had the ethos of just gig. You know, take every opportunity to spread the love, really. You know, and I think that mentality getting drilled in us early on, is now still very much with us, and I think will carry with us, you know, for as long as the band goes, because it's, you know, every opportunity should be cherished, because we're very lucky that we've constantly had this tide of momentum, you know. And I think any advice, you know, I had a young band message me the other day and ask if I'd come round and have a bit of a chat with them about sort of where they're at and stuff, and my main thing that came into my head at that point was, be true to yourself, be honest and connect with people that come and support you, and just gig and give everything in that moment, because also you never know who's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Have you ventured much into Europe, or are there plans to get over to Europe? I know you're saying about work and everything. Would there be plans to get over to, say, Belgium? Because you've got a massive fan in Belgium. She wanted to interview you tonight, but she couldn't make it. So, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, we are heading out into Europe in April.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not Belgium though. We're doing Germany, France, and the Netherlands.
Okay.
My geography is really terrible. So depending where we are in France or the Netherlands, there might be one vaguely close. I don't know.
Possibly.
I'm going to double check where they are. I'm going to double check where they are, see if there's anywhere close just on the
like Eindhoven, anywhere like that. I mean, yeah, because she's a real massive fan, So yeah, that's cool.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah. Well, she's got one of these questions. Some of these questions are hers actually. So, talking about playing live again. What would you say has been the weirdest venue you've ever played so far?
I mean, we played a venue in Tunbridge Wells that used to be a public toilet.
Okay.
It was a really cool venue, to be fair, but it was a converted public toilet.
Right. Okay.
That was pretty weird.
Do you remember that place we played in Warsaw, John?
Yeah.
It was like a Cluedo building. It was like every room you'd go in would be a different crime scene. It was really weird. It was like 3 stories high. I think it used to be a bingo hall or something. And I remember going up to the first. I was wandering around between sound checks, and the first room had like a bottle of bleach, like markings on the floor. And then you go to another room, and it'd be like a seaside setup. It was very strange. And I think we played to like.
It was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it was years ago. That's always sticks in my memory as being a particularly weird one.
Yeah, people have definitely died in that venue.
Yeah, you could feel it, couldn't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. If there was a song made up about yourself, like a made-up song, what would it be called?
That's a tough question, that.
Should you pick one for me and I'll pick one for you, John?
Well, you're just going to pick I Can't Dance by Genesis, aren't you?
Well, I wasn't now, but now I feel like I've got. I mean, it's meant to be a made-up song anyway. I mean, I suggested that, but now I have to think of one for you. I mean, people always ask if the Riverboat Man's about me, which I take great offence at because it's about a murderous man that goes around killing people after being spoken to by the devil.
That's nice.
Yeah, I've just moved onto a barge, so people assume that when it came out that it must be in relation to myself, which I'm immediately very keen to correct them on. If it was for John, as much as I relentlessly take the piss out of him, as we all do, I think that's part of the road survival sort of tactic 101. It'd probably be something. It'd actually be quite gracious. It'd probably be about how he kind of takes every opportunity, never kind of I don't know. I'd have to come up with a title of it now. I feel like to answer the question properly, but I can't think of one. But yeah, that'd be the base of it. I think it'd be something about kind of not allowing people to put you down and constantly kind of living each day as it goes. Apart from that one date on the Hasty Dixie tour where he was very hungry. And I kept trying to put a high vis on him while I was unloading the van, and I had to chase him down. And he was definitely ready to go home back to his own bed at that point.
I think a song title for Aaron would be "Free Spirit," something like that.
Oh, excellent. That's nice.
Excellent. I love the fact you live on a barge, man. That's so cool. Awesome.
Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, it's all right apart from for Wi-Fi signal. That's the only thing.
Yeah. All right. This is Jean. She's called Gina. Okay, Gina Log. So she loves this question, and she's had some strange answers, as you can imagine. So, if you were a musical instrument, what would you be?
I think I'd be a flute.
I'm not going to ask why.
I think I'd go for a lap steel just because you get to lie down a lot.
Great answer. What a great answer.
You're an 80s rock star, and your name is the colour of your underwear and the last thing you ate.
I'm gonna have to check.
Oh, I don't want to see this.
I've already pants off.
Yeah, I'm genuinely not wearing any underwear. The last thing I ate was a cookie crumble Galaxy bar.
Commando Galaxy. Commando Crumble.
Commando Galaxy, yeah.
Commando
I like
Galaxy.
that. Yeah, okay.
My pants are white, or they were, and the last thing I ate was pesto pasta. So I'd be white pesto pasta, which feels like it'd be a very interesting first solo album.
I think Commando Galaxy is the cooler name of the two.
I think that's the winner. I think that's the winner, absolutely. Okay. I'm going to kill about the zombie apocalypse. See, I would never think of a question like that, but anyway. Right. So, where are we? So, can you give me then 4 words to describe your new album and why should we buy it?
Whoa. I think emotional, a journey. You do the other 2 words, Aaron. I've started you off.
Powerful and real.
Real. So we keep going back to touring because you are definitely a touring band and a band to be seen live without a doubt. You've played with Hayseed Dixie and a few others. Who would be your ultimate band to go on tour with, though, that's dead or alive?
That's dead or alive? Whoa. I'd quite like to go on tour with the Beatles just to watch them every night, to be honest.
That'd be cool. Back in when they first started out, or when they went a bit sort of hippie power sort of.
Yeah, when they started getting weird.
Right, okay, that sounds cool.
Mine would probably be. I've just changed my mind immediately. It's like when you stood in the chippy and you're in a queue and you've got time to decide your answer again. I think it would be a toss up between. So my original answer was Hendrix. You know, I think just being around Jimmy and just being able to see his show sort of night after night and to experience his playing and the power of it, I think it'd be a real emotional onslaught. But my second answer would be Pink Floyd. Just after Dark Side's come out, probably actually after Wish You Was Here, because I think them 2 albums sort of back to back, and then to see the stage show, you know, to see Gilmour. I'm very inspired by Gilmour in terms of his effects, and just to be able to see his board and just feel the power of it. You know, I think one of the big things for me, if I had a time machine, would just be able to go back to that time of cranked amps, you know, loudest stage in the world, and just to feel the raw power of it, you know, on stage. It'd be amazing.
Excellent. So now it's 5 fast questions. So the first one is vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Beer or gin? I know the answer to this.
Gin.
Beer for me.
Okay. Festival or small intimate gig?
Oh, that's a tough one because they're both so different. You can't really compare. Small intimate gig. Small intimate gig. Yeah.
Are you guys saints or sinners?
Saints.
Nice boys.
I don't believe it. All right. And the final one is Rishi Sunak or Kermit the Frog?
Kermit the Frog.
Excellent, man. Well, really looking forward to your album actually hitting the streets and everything. It's going to be amazing when it's out. Hopefully we'll catch you live. You're playing Bannerman's in Edinburgh. Is it Bannerman's you're playing?
Yes.
I love Bannerman's too. Fantastic venue. Love it so much. All right, guys. We'll catch you there, no doubt. Or at the Anarchy again soon. Thank you so much for your time. Have a lovely evening. Love to your pussycat. And take care. All right, man.
the grave. You're a force of nature. You're a force of nature. You're a force of nature. Like a howling cyclone or a big earthquake, gonna make you crumble, gonna make you shake. You're as hot as fire, or as cold as ice, gonna make you run, make you sacrifice. You're a force of nature. 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 Time has its say as the years all fade away. Don't live a life regretting, only counting down the days. If you fight a losing